After checking in, I headed to the beach. It's about 3 kilometers away, so I'll take a motorbike taxi. In front of the hotel is a wide 3-lane road. The Han River is on the other side. The road is one way, so go back along Champ Street behind the station and cross Ranbashi. The white building on the right is Han Market, and turning left at the next intersection I will reach Champ Street. This area is the center of the old town, so wide roads alternate with one-way streets, and on the left side there are rows of banks. It is a bit similar to the road conditions in Osaka like Midasuji or Sakasuji. This is Đằng Cathedral, built in 1923. Its pink exterior is eye-catching. Đằng is the third largest city in Vietnam after Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi, and is a representative port city in Vietnam with a natural harbor surrounded by the Sun Tra Peninsula. This city has a long history as an international trading port. Hoi An once flourished as a stopover on the maritime Silk Road, but sand carried from the Thursday Bond River accumulated in the city, making it gradually unusable. As a result, Đằng Port at the mouth of the Han River began to grow. After Emperor Minh Mang of Gussan dynasty made it mandatory for European ships to call at Đằng, Đằng developed into the largest port in central Vietnam. This is where I got off the taxi from Hoi and crossed the long bridge from here and go straight to the beach. Like Chinese, long means dragon in Vietnamese, and the design of this bridge depicts a dragon swimming across the surface of the Han River and heading out to sea. At night, there's a performance where the dragon spits fire from its mouth. It's definitely worth checking out on your way back. The dragon faces the sea, so its head is facing me. Cross Long Bridge and continue straight along Vo Van Kiet Street for about 2 kilometers until you reach the coast. Continue along the coast to Vong Nguyen Giap Street. This road is wide with 4 lanes on each side and runs almost straight to the coast. There's little traffic and everyone seems to be going pretty fast. It seems like this motorbike taxi driver just can't be satisfied unless he's leading the pack. The traffic light changed and 2 motorcycles pulled ahead of us. The motorbike taxi driver revved up the turbo and quickly overtook them. Locking in the meter, the speed of our bike was over 100 kilometers per hour. I was holding the camera in my left hand and grabbing the handle behind my back with my right, so I was starting to get scared at the thought of not being able to survive if I were to be thrown off. The chicken race of constantly overtaking other bikes is finally over. Fortunately, we are still alive. I turned left at the roundabout and entered Vong Nguyen Giap Street along the coast. There are hotels on the left side of the street and seafood restaurants on the right. The beach is just behind the seafood restaurant on the right. It didn't take more than 5 minutes to get here. What a way to run. A while ago there were only guest houses and mini hotels around My Khe Beach, but in recent years many 4-star class hotels have opened, each with infinity pools and rooftop bars. I got off in front of my Han seafood restaurant, almost to the north of the bridge on My Khe Beach. The sign in front of the restaurant has a white tire doll on it, so it must be listed in the Michelin Guide. There's also a photo of the set menu, but unfortunately the prices aren't listed. First of all, I head to the beach. Michelin originated in Vietnam during the French colonial period, when the company ran a large rubber plantation. Behind the beach is a palm forest, giving it a tropical feel. Going through the palm grove, this area is the center of My Khe Beach, on the coast side of the roundabout on Vo Van Kiet Road. The sunlight is too strong at this time of day, so there are few people around. Đằng boasts a coastline stretching approximately 60 kilometers from the Sun Tra Peninsula northeast of the city to the mouth of the Hoi River, which runs through the center of Hoi An. This natural beach is roughly the same length as Chiba Prefecture's Kujikuri Beach, stretching north to south between sand and the blue South China Sea. The southern end is not visible from here, making it seem as if the beach goes on forever. The beaches are named after nearby villages and roads every few kilometers. I heard that Mayan Beach, located south of My Khe Beach near the city, is like a Caribbean beach, so I decided to head there. It takes about 15 minutes to walk along the coastal promenade to the entrance to Mayan Beach. This is the northern end of Mayan Beach, and the beach continues for over 1 kilometer to the south. You can really get into the mermaid spirit at this photo spot. There is a promenade behind the beach that runs north and south, and high-rise hotels line Vong Nguyen Giap Street, which runs parallel to it. The beach remains unchanged, but where My Khe Beach turns into Mayan Beach, there are many restaurants and other establishments, and the tall buildings have disappeared. You might be tempted to read it as Mayan Beach, but it's actually pronounced My Khe Beach. My Khe Beach, which represents Đằng, was so long from north to south that postal workers got confused when delivering mail. Therefore, the limited southern beach in front of Antoine area where located so many beach bars and beach huts, was later renamed Mayan Beach. As it is not a coral reef coast, there are no scuba diving services, but other marine sports are quite abundant. The prices for parasailing and banana boats are not much different from those in Okinawa, but they are more than double the prices in Bali, Indonesia, so they feel a bit pricey. In Bali, jet ski rental costs 3,000 yen for 15 minutes. I didn't see anyone surfing at My Khe Beach, but I see them quite often here. Most of the people I pass are from Europe and America. There are signs with red flags warning people not to swim here and there. You can't tell just by looking at the water, but rip currents occur in the no swimming areas. When waves wash up onto the shore, the ocean water accumulates on the shore and tries to return to the open sea. The undertow caused by this is called a rip current, and it's a dangerous place where people can get caught in a strong current and end up in a drowning accident. In Japan, rip currents are the cause of more than half of all drownings. Mayan Beach, officially known as Bạch Mayan Beach, is famous as one of Đằng 3 major beaches. As you can see from the walk here, the beach is connected to My Khe Beach and there are no entrance or exit checks.
Unlike My Khe Beach, which is open to the public, this beach is a private beach for 5-star luxury resort hotels such as Pullman Đằng Beach Resort and Furama Resort Đằng.
Seeing the guests relaxing at this 5-star luxury resort, I almost forgot I was in Vietnam. It's a private beach with few bathers, so you can enjoy surfing. There are many overlapping waves, so paddling out to sea can be tiring, but there are few surfers, so it's a great beach for practicing surfing. Unlike surfing meccas like Hawaii and Australia, there are no local rules, so you can enjoy surfing with peace of mind. And along the promenade, there's a Caribbean-style kitchen car, a great atmosphere that suits reggae music. A Vietnamese ship with an Asian atmosphere. It has a flat bottom and no keel, so it cannot move upwind. Even if you're not staying at a resort hotel, there are places on the beach where you can rent boards, which is a very tropical and laid-back experience. Board rentals are very cheap, costing around 600 yen per hour, and you can also get an instructor, so even beginners can have fun. Most of the people relaxing on the beach are Westerners, and apart from the shop staff, you hardly see any Vietnamese. As the sun started to set and the hottest part of the day passed, more and more people started to show up. While there are no strict local rules regarding surfing, there are 14 things that are forbidden at this beach. Drinking alcohol, smoking, playing music, and bringing food and drinks into the beach are all prohibited. Noisy people, littering, and those who defecate outside of the toilets will be asked to leave, even if they can afford to stay at a luxury resort. Vendors are also prohibited, so you don't have to worry about being bothered by pushy solicitors. As it is a private beach, it is strictly managed to prevent a chaotic atmosphere. Drawing pictures together is a story that seems like it could happen, but it's not. It's interesting to see the cultural differences between Vietnam and the West. Compared to the beach stalls and food stalls you're used to seeing at Japanese beaches, kitchen cars are stylish and exotic. I returned to the northern end of My Khe Beach. Here come not a few people. This area may no longer be a private beach for a luxury resort. The sandy beaches are connected, but the promenade connecting My Beach and My Khe Beach has some interesting play equipment that anyone can use. I think I saw the playground equipment kids were playing on in a Korean drama. Of course, it's all free to use. To the north from here is My Khe Beach. The sign says that the famous American business magazine Forbes chose this beach as one of the top 6 most captivating beaches in the world. Between the promenade and the sandy beach is a patch of grass and palm trees. Even without a beach umbrella, you can relax and read a book in the shade of the palm trees, enjoying a luxurious time. The center of My Khe Beach is still quite far north, so the crowds are starting to thin out. Up to this point, there seem to be many American and European tourists arriving from My Beach. The water is a little murky due to the waves stirring up sand, so it's not ideal for snorkeling. With endless white sand, tropical sunlight, and the warm sea breeze caressing your cheeks, I recommend enjoying the luxury of doing absolutely nothing at My Khe Beach, one of the world's best beaches. Food trucks have disappeared from the promenade. This is the square in front of the roundabout at the end of Vo Van Kiet Street, after crossing Long Bridge from the old quarter. This is the first beach people see when heading to the beach from Đằng City, so it's very well maintained. The colorful painting is on the coconut boat I ride in Hoi An. The tropical bowl-shaped boat is the canvas. Đằng has 7 beaches that are popular with foreign tourists. My Khe Beach is the closest to the city center and has the largest beach area. During the dry season from March to August, there are many sunny days and the waves are not too big, so many beachgoers visit. Most of the people enjoying the beach are Vietnamese. There are no Westerners to be seen here, unlike the plentiful numbers seen at My Beach. There are many families, so there are plenty of children's swim rings available for rental. Seeing children playing in the sand and digging for shells makes it seem like you're at a Japanese beach. Unlike Westerners who can only sunbathe in the summer, in Vietnam, where the sun is strong all year round, it was striking to see many people, including children, wearing t-shirts to avoid getting too sunburned. I found it interesting that My Khe Beach, which is reminiscent of Japanese swimming beaches like Suma and Shonan, and My Beach, which is reminiscent of Hawaiian or Caribbean resorts, are both over a kilometer apart and share the same sandy beach, yet have completely different atmospheres and clientele. For tourists like us, it's nice to be able to choose our destination depending on our mood that day. Swimming is prohibited on this beach. The dangerous areas of rip currents we've seen up until now were only about 30 meters wide, but the no swimming zone here is wider. Several coconut boats are casually docked on shore. Unlike the small, bowl-shaped tourist boats we rode in Hoi An, these boats are loaded with fishing gear, including trap nets. When the tide comes in, the local fishermen head out to fish, so I understand why swimming is prohibited. The waves get even higher during the rainy season from September to February. In particular, during the typhoon season from October to November, rough waves like those on the Sea of Japan crash into this long sandy beach, and a no swimming flag is erected every day. After the typhoon season ends, from December to February, high waves remain, making it the best season for experienced surfers. A mother holding a baby on the shore. It looks like a lot of fun to see the whole family, adults and children, jumping over the waves. At Lin Ung Pagoda, located on the slopes of Sun Tra Peninsula, stands a white statue of Guanyin, guarding the sea. There were lots of carp streamers fluttering in the wind, but on closer inspection they were inflatable rings with orcas and whales on them. Locals can also be seen enjoying swimming and beach volleyball at Pham Van Beach in the area. Now that I have enjoyed the very long beach, it's time for a seafood adventure. On either side of Bakudan Street, there are hotels on the inland side and restaurants on the beach side. The fish tank at the entrance to the seafood restaurant is particularly eye-catching. The fish and shellfish in the large tanks are moving around energetically, making it feel like you're in an aquarium. The only thing reminding you that you're in a seafood restaurant is a sign with the name of the seafood and the price per kilo. High-quality fish costs about $140 per kilogram. This signage system is a problem, making it difficult to enter restaurants alone. As I don't know how many grams a serving of seafood is, so I'm worried about whether the local currency equivalent to $80 I have will be enough. I didn't know the market price, so I decided to look at a few places. This is not a very fancy restaurant, so it may not be that expensive. Compared to the restaurant I went to earlier, the price was about 30% cheaper. There were tropical fish, moray eels, and sharks, so it really felt like we were at an aquarium. Although it says sushi in Japanese, the building has an exotic atmosphere that is a mix of Chinese and Vietnamese styles. I don't think many people would want to eat the fish in the tanks while seeing the shellfish and fish in the aquarium. This place is also expensive, so my appetite has subsided a little. Lobster costs 20,000 yen per kilo. It is 1.5 times the weight of spiny lobster. It's a giant isopod. It's a white sea lice bigger than a human head. It looks like a pill bug and is disgusting to look at, so I turned the camera away. I completely lost my appetite. It's a recommended combo menu. It's too much for one person, but $60 for 3 people is a bargain. I spoke to a few people and they told me that this area is a tourist destination for foreigners and is expensive, so seafood restaurants along Sun Tra Road, one street inland, are popular among locals. I'll go there later. I cross the street carefully, weaving between cars that don't stop. Crossing a 10-lane road feels like risking my life.
Chào. Liêu Liến các bạn. Liêu Liến.
This restaurant was recommended to me by a large family taking commemorative photos in front of a hotel, saying it was cheap and delicious. Although it doesn't have any flashy or huge aquariums, It is just as you would imagine an Asian seafood restaurant to be. Surprisingly, the people who told me about this restaurant had already come to eat here. I was shown to the seat next to them. I selected shrimp and large shellfish from the tank to be grilled Đằng style and ordered seafood noodles from the menu. A fish cake vendor sells his products to customers in the store without asking the store staff. This is a typical scene from everyday life in Vietnam. Their mother next to me also came over to my table to buy some and told me that they had 2 types of fish cake, so I bought both.
Hello. Tôi tên là Thôi Chứ. Tên là gì?
Tôi tên là An.
Và tên là An. Và tên là gì? Duy. Và tên là Duy. Duy.ビーチの正面玄関のシーフードは本部で1つ200万ドンとか日本円で1万5000円ぐらいするんで、さすがに旅の旅費がなくなりそうな気がして、インスタントヌードルを使ったり。
Aroma stimulate my appetite.
交際に最高な味があるので。
The Vietnamese family member shared some with me. It was a clam soup with chunky tomatoes, which I was told was a must-try when I came here. It was delicious.
家族は食事を終えて帰ってしまって、一応 Google 翻訳で
The bill came to about $13. It was a reasonable price. After dinner, before returning to the hotel, I plan to go see the fire-breathing dragon and water-breathing carp statues on Lan Bridge, leaving behind a popular area for locals with its many seafood restaurants. Unlike in Japan, people drive on the right side of the road, so I think driver has to be very careful when turning left. But I was surprised when this driver made a left turn without even slowing down, let alone stopping. There were 2 lanes of oncoming traffic, so I was amazed that he was going the wrong way through them and avoiding a head-on collision. The Vietnamese way of crossing the road, where people make eye contact while crossing in front of other cars, is common here as well. When a motorbike crossing in front of a car, as there is no time to make an eye contact, so this is a dangerous habit that could be life-threatening. We arrived at Delux Marina, located on the banks of the Han River. The marina's eye-catching luxury yacht has been converted into a restaurant and is no longer sailing. The surrounding area is like a plaza with cafes, souvenir shops, and more. The pier leading to the dragon-shaped lawn bridge is lit up by a large heart-shaped red light made up of many small heart-shaped lamps. This place is called Love Pier and was built as a mecca for lovers, but it's also crowded with family members from all over the country who come to enjoy the beautiful night view. The reflection of the long bridge on the river surface looks like a graceful dragon swimming. Couples buy a heart-shaped lock here, write their names on it, and lock it on the pier together to pledge their love. A rising carp dragon. There is a legend in Vietnam that a carp will become a dragon if it climbs a waterfall, and this statue of a carp climbing a waterfall made from natural marble spews water from its mouth. It's somewhat similar to Singapore's Merlion, but unlike the Singaporean one, you can go directly underneath the statue. However, if you go directly underneath the front, you'll be flooded, so all tourists pass through by going around the back of the statue. The color of the lights illuminating the statue slowly changes like a rainbow, making it very beautiful. The fire-breathing dragon show at Lawn Bridge starts at 9 p.m., so I head to Sun Tra Night Market across the street before then. They sell seafood plates that include spiny lobster and various other seafood. By the way, this set is extremely cheap at 350,000 VND, 2,100 yen, per plate. This huge lobster seafood plate costs 700,000 VND, 4,200 yen. Apparently, they sell the seafood by weight regardless of the type. The portions are too much for one person, but it would be fun to come with family or friends. There is also a wide variety of side dishes. It's a large bivalve shell about twice the size of your palm. There is a wide variety of food available, and even large frogs are sold. It seems like a market where you can eat the prepared food you bought on the spot.
Chau.
It's a sweet that tastes like French langue de chat. Freshly squeezed fruit and vegetable juice costs 20,000 VND, 120 yen, per glass. This night market is packed with shops spread across 3 alleys, each with different items for sale. This alley is lined with trinkets and souvenirs.
bạn đi. Này, nó không được kìa.
I think there is no security at street stalls, so there is no way they would sell expensive jewelry.
Kìa, nó phun kìa, con ơi. Chuẩn bị cái nó phun nữa kìa.
A mother has her child's portrait drawn. A heartwarming moment passes by here. A comfortable time passes by. Red and blue characters. I thought there comes a copy of Miyaku, but when I looked it closely in my hands, I saw it was Spider-Man. There is even an outdoor karaoke area, and even a foot massage available, making this a truly lifestyle-oriented night market. Bags and clothes were sold in this alley. Are these counterfeit products also made in Vietnam? Perhaps they might be being legally brought in from neighboring countries. I was curious to know how much it was selling for, but I didn't ask because I had no intention of buying it. The t-shirts I bought in Hoi An was very comfortable and didn't shrink or fade after washing. If you find clothing with a design you like, I think it's a good deal. As the start time of the fire-breathing dragon event approaches, a large crowd gathers, causing heavy traffic congestion. The show lasts 15 minutes and starts at 9 p.m. on weekends and public holidays. It's a popular event because it can only be seen here and is conveniently located near the city center. The smell of gasoline fills the air. Has finally begun. I can feel the heat on my face. recommend this place. Let's go to Đằng on the weekend. Next up is the French village on Ba Na Hill.
数ある動画の中から私の動画をご視聴いただきありがとうございました。よろしければ高評価、チャンネル登録していただければ今後の動画の励みになります。よろしくお願いいたします。またお会いしましょう。